Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to your boys channel. We are back with a brand new video, and if you're here, please hit that like and subscribe button. So, I officially finished watching Eyes of Wakanda, the Marvel miniseries on Disney Plus, and I cannot begin to tell you how much I enjoyed this show. Now, first things first, it is an anthology series, so it is 4 episodes, 30 minutes long, that has 4 different characters or 4 different stories. Pretty much all the same, but told in different ways. And I'd never been real big on watching anthology series. I didn't even know what anthology series were until I had to actually look this up. And I'm like, okay, this is what this is. And when I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was basically all connected. But then the way the trailer kind of played out, I did kind of feel like it was going to be something separated. And that's exactly what it is. So you have 4 different characters in 4 different episodes who are Wakandian, who are trying to retrieve artifacts out in the real world to return to Wakanda, and they basically all have this part to play. So, one of the episodes, like the first one, you have this chick, I can't think of her name, who was a Taj Mahal, who has to go out into the real world and retrieve a stolen artifact from a former member of Wakanda who now calls himself the Lion. And every episode, like I said, has a different character who has something different they have to achieve, but it's all some type of artifact that has Wakandian power in it that they have to get back. I would definitely say out of all 4 episodes, my favorite was probably episode 2, and I would probably say episode 4. Those are my favorite episodes. The third one with the I forgot the name of the character, but Iron Fist. The third one with the Iron Fist I thought was pretty cool. I like the fight scenes in it, especially between Jordani and I guess her boyfriend, the Wakandian character. I can't think of his name. Basha, I believe his name Basha. But that episode was actually my second favorite, and then I believe the first one is like my last favorite. So all in all, it was a good series. I enjoyed it from top to bottom. I love the artwork that they did. I love the fight scenes in it. I liked basically almost all the characters, except for the first chick in the first episode. I didn't really care for a character like that, but everybody else I did enjoy. And the cool thing was, by the time we get to the last episode, all of it is basically connected, even though it's all a bunch of separate, even though it's all a bunch of separate stories, they all connect in some kind of way. So once you get past the first episode and you get to the second one takes place in a different time, like almost years and years and years into the future. So the chick from the first film, she's like an older grandma kind of chick in this one, and then you get to the third episode and the fourth one, and it was so much fun to watch. I mean, I love the action, I love the fight scenes. Um, there was one thing in here that I thought was really cool, and I'm just going to give it to you right now. So there's a scene where in the last episode, a Black Panther from the future comes back to the past to stop this alien invasion, and she has to retrieve this, I believe, an axe, and put the axe back where it was taken from. And so, how all the episodes are connected is she went back in time and saw how a lot of things played out between all these characters as they were trying to retrieve these artifacts. And I guess there was one specific artifact that she needed, and that was the axe that was in episode 4. So there, she's telling the two main characters to put the axe back where they found it in order to help her save her timeline in the future. And they're like, at first they're like, no, 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 we got a job to do. How can we believe you? And then eventually the prince eventually goes along with it, and so then he brings his, I guess, head soldier along, and they eventually work to put the axe back where they found it. And one of the scenes where she shows the future to them, there's a scene from Black Panther where immediately I just saw it, where she shows them the I can't think of what it is exactly, the museum where I forgot the character's name for that for the action movie where he stole the axe from the museum, and they showed that. And then by the time you get to the end of the show, they actually showed him staring at the same axe in the museum, which I thought was cool. So I like how the whole episodes are all tied together. I like the fight scenes. I like the action. The one thing I really wish we could get going into it is more episodes. I would like to see more of it. If they like to do anything in the future, I like to see things that are actually all connected, where each episode is all connected to episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Like I would really love to see like a Black Panther animated series. But as far as this series go, it was really good. I mean, the action, like I said, it was top notch. The voice actors did a really good job. The view, the way they made everything look, the colors, it was to me, I think it was almost like a kind of like a pastel kind of color in certain parts. It looked beautiful. It looked amazing. Would I recommend this show? Hell yeah. Definitely, in my personal opinion, I would say, nah, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. But I liked all the characters. Like I said, episode 2 was my favorite. And the reason was because um you had this black character, bald guy, I can't think of his name, but he teamed up with like this warrior from like, decades ago. And basically they're trying to stop this Trojan War or take back their place from the Trojans. And it's like by the time you get to the end of the episode and you get to their fight scene, it was like the look on the guy's face when he had to, go at his friend because he didn't believe his friend was working with him. It was really cool. It was really cool. Okay, I'm sorry I'm forgetting people's names, but it's a handful of different characters and everybody has different names that I cannot remember off the top of my damn head. But episode 2 to me was by far the best. And then, of course, you get to episode 4, then 3, then 1. Well, again, I would like to see more of this kind of stuff, but mainly like a regular TV show where you have all the characters connected and all the stories connected, rather than have it told through 45 episodes. Because the more we got into each episode, the more I wanted to see what was going on with each of these characters deeper into their stories. But I guess by the time we got to the end of the show, their stories were already done and finished, and then they moved on to somebody else's. But definitely a 10 out of 10. I want to see more of animation going into the Black Panther story of what Marvel can do. Like I said, I would definitely like to see a Black Panther show. But this show was really good. Like I said, it's only 4 episodes long, each 30 minutes, so it doesn't feel that long. Of course, you do have the ads in between, but it is what it is. It's the day and age we live in where ads are and everything. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna give away. I'm not gonna try and spoil too much here. I would definitely say check it out for yourselves and just go into it with an open mind. That's my biggest thing. I think that's the one thing a lot of people don't do is when they watch these shows, they go into it with a closed mind, or they go into it thinking it was gonna be something like this, and then it turns out to be something over here, and it's like, no, go into it with an open mind. Don't go into it thinking it's gonna be X, Y, and Z. So that's just my train of thought I'm giving you right now. Go into it with open mind. In my opinion, 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I love the animation. I liked all the characters. Like I said, episode 1 was probably my least favorite, but the rest of it is got more going on. Got more going on. I got more into it. So definitely let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Post your comments. What do y'all like? What did I miss? And I appreciate every last single one of you for watching. I'll catch you on my next video. And we out. Peace.